My name is Douglas Bedford, and today we're going to talk about how to eliminate the past failures and not let the fear of our future failures get in the way of the life that you want. So one of my favorite books is Psycho Cybernetics by Max Maltz. And the cool thing about this book is cybernetics loosely translates into a helmsman who steers his ship to a port. And Psycho Cybernetics is a term coined by the author Max Maltz that means steering your mind to a productive, useful goal so you can reach the greatest ports in the world. Peace of mind. Pretty cool, right? So the first takeaway is the past is not real. It's a generalization of what we choose to remember. Take, for example, if I ask you to describe what's behind you without looking, you're going to have to use your imagination, right? But your imagination is not your past. It's an interpretation of your memory based on how you see yourself. Like right now, if you, or should I say, right now, if you asked me what's behind me without looking, I would have to use my imagination and think of a bookshelf and another bookshelf with a lamp on top of it. Now, if you asked me what's behind me and think of myself as a person who studies lamps, then I would have to say, okay, there is a black lamp with a brown sort of lampshade on top with an image of birds on it, right? I would focus on that specific detail. Similar to you, who you are determines how you look at your memories as your imagination. Meaning who you see yourself as will determine how you interpret your past. So how can this lead to your failures becoming your success? Well, that leads us to our first point, that your self-image will determine your self-confidence and your self-esteem. So Max Maltz previously wrote a book in 1936 that talked about people that were getting plastic surgery for the first time to correct their looks would get a boost in self-confidence. But there was also a group of people that also went through the same procedure and their self-confidence did not change. And you start to think, like, why was that? So a timeless takeaway without you having to read that book is that our self-image has nothing to do with how we look. No external thing is going to correct how you feel about yourself on the inside. As Maltz says, the self-image is the key to human personality and human behavior. Change the self-image and you change the personality and the behavior. The self-image sets the boundaries of individual accomplishments. It defines what you can and cannot do. Expand the self-image and you expand the area of the possible. So that leads us to, how do you change your self-image? Maltz goes on to say that you have to develop a success type personality, which means you have to aim your brain and nervous system towards the right type of goals. Because as Maltz says, your brain and nervous system work together as a goal-striving mechanism. So for example, if you're hungry, your brain will show you images of where food is. If you're thirsty, it will show you where liquid water is at. If you're lonely, your brain will show you where love is. But here's the thing, if you want success, you have to actively aim your brain and nervous system towards a positive goal. And you have to not just think it, but really believe it. You have to see yourself as a person worthy of that goal. So in a future video, I'll go over in great detail how you can make yourself feel worthy of a goal before you actually achieve it. But until then, let's review what we've gone over so far. So the past is not real. It's just a generalization of what we choose to remember. Your self-image controls your self-confidence and your self-esteem. If you want success, you have to aim your brain and nervous system towards a positive goal. And you just don't have to think positive. You actually have to believe the goal is possible, that you are worthy of that goal. So if you can't wait for my next video, right, then check the description below and get access to my free course. that takes you through a 10-day challenge that uses a simple 3-part process that combines meditation, visualization, and prayer as a simple goal achievement process. Click the link in the description to get started right away. Please like and subscribe, and talk to you next time.